Have you ever pondered the intricacies of taste? Have you contemplated why some individuals recoil at the mere hint of bitterness in their coffee, while others relish the complication of the flavors? Welcome, dear listeners, to the captivating and riveting world of super tasters. Super tasters, a term that was minted in the heart of the 90s, denotes individuals who demonstrate an extreme, almost uncanny sensitivity to the varied nuances of taste, particularly bitter compounds. But one does wonder, what really distinguishes these individuals from your everyday food enthusiasts or simple gourmands? Let's explore and delve deeper into the scientific underpinnings of this fascinating phenomenon. Our sense of taste, which allows us to savor and appreciate a wide range of flavors, is regulated by our taste buds. These taste buds are minute sensory entities scattered across the expanse of our tongue. Within each taste bud, there are 50 to 100 taste receptor cells. These taste receptor cells are the unsung heroes of our gustatory experience. They shoulder the responsibility of detecting the 5 basic tastes: sweet, sour, salty, bitter, and umami. Different receptor cells have a special affinity for different tastes, and it is through their combined efforts that we get to enjoy a plethora of flavors. Now let's add another layer of complexity to this already intricate picture. The number of taste buds is not a constant. It varies significantly from person to person. Some people have more than others. And those who boast a particularly high density of taste buds, you guessed it, they're the super tasters. These super tasters possess a heightened sensitivity to all tastes and mouthfeel. They often find robust flavors, such as the bitterness in a strong brew of coffee or the heat in fiery chili peppers, to be overpowering. Why is it so, you ask? The reason lies in the structure of their taste buds. These super tasters have more taste receptors packed into their taste buds, thereby amplifying the signals that are dispatched to the butt. Bear in mind, being a super taster isn't just about having a taste bud party on your palate. Oh no, it's much more complicated than that. It's a complex interplay of genetics and the environment. The ability to taste certain compounds is determined by specific genes. For example, the gene TS2R38 is associated with the ability to taste a particular bitter compound found in foods like Brussels sprouts and your morning cup of black coffee. But it's not merely about the genes. The environment also plays a crucial role. It has a significant influence on your taste perception. Factors such as cultural background, personal experiences, and even your regular diet can sway your taste perception. For instance, if you spent your childhood eating a lot of spicy food, you might be less sensitive to heat. This brings us to the conclusion that being a super taster is an enthralling interplay of a multitude of factors. It's not simply about having more taste buds, a unique set of genes. It's also about the interaction of these genes with your environment, your personal life experiences, and your diet. To summarize, being a super taster is a complex interplay of factors. It's not just about having more taste buds or a particular set of genes. It's also about how these genes interact with your environment, your personal experiences, and your diet. So, the next time you're savoring a meal, take a moment to appreciate the complexity of what's happening on your tongue. It's a dance of flavors and textures, a symphony of aromas and tastes that keep you engaged in a multisensory performance. You may not realize it, but your taste buds are working in tandem to decode the culinary puzzle laid out before them. Whether you're indulging in a gourmet dinner prepared by a Michelin-starred chef, a simple home-cooked meal, or a street food delicacy, each mouthful is an adventure in taste. Consider for a moment the process that goes into creating each bite. The methodical and skillful combining of ingredients, the careful balancing of flavors. It's an art form in itself, one that caters directly to our sense of taste. Some of us may be genetically inclined to perceive flavors more intensely, a phenomenon known as super tasting. These individuals experience the world of food in high definition, each flavor magnified and intensified. Even so, whether you're a super taster or not, every bite we take is a testament to the incredible intricacies of taste. The magic of the culinary world does not discriminate. It embraces all, catering to every palate, meeting every preference. Sweet, sour, salty, bitter, and umami, these 5 basic tastes form the foundation of our gastronomic experiences. They intertwine and interact with one another. creating a kaleidoscope of flavors that make each dish unique. Just remember, in the world of flavors, there's no such thing as good or bad. It's a subjective reality, a perception that varies from one person to another. What might taste heavenly to one might not appeal to another. It's a world where contrasting opinions coexist, a testament to the diversity and complexity of human taste buds. Food is not merely about sustenance, it's about exploration, about discovery. It's about immersing yourself in different cultures, about experimenting with new flavors and textures. It's about pushing boundaries and stepping out of your comfort zone, embarking on a gastronomic adventure that takes you around the world. It's all about the of discovery and the joy of exploration. After all, isn't that what makes food so fascinating? It's an experience that engages all our senses, immerses us in a world of flavors, and leaves us yearning for more. A journey that ignites our curiosity, broadens our horizons, and fuels our passion for food. Voiceover. Let's dive deeper into the science behind super tasters. This is a fascinating field of study that combines elements of chemistry, biology, and even psychology. Genetics, as you may imagine, play an absolutely pivotal role when it comes to our perception of taste. Intriguingly, researchers have identified a very specific gene, TS2R38, which they believe is responsible for the heightened sensitivity to taste that we see in super tasters. If you have a particular variant of this gene, you may find yourself experiencing taste more intensely than others around you. You're like a member of an exclusive club filled with super tasters. But it's not just about your genes, it's also about the environment you grew up in and continue to live in. Your upbringing and the range of food you're regularly exposed to can heavily influence your taste preferences. For example, if you were brought up in a household where spicy food was the norm, you'll probably have a higher tolerance for spicy foods compared to someone who wasn't exposed to such dishes. And it doesn't stop there. Your diet can have a profound impact on your taste preferences. Your taste buds are adaptable and will respond to the different types of food you consume on a regular basis. If you're a fan of bitter foods such as coffee or dark chocolate, your taste buds might just adapt and start enjoying these flavors more than they used to. The interplay of genetics, environment, and diet form a captivating trifecta that shapes our unique taste experiences. The science of taste is a fascinating field, unraveling how our genes, diet, and environment intermingle and impact our relationship with food. Who knew that the simple act of eating could be so complex, so intriguing? Stay tuned as we continue to explore the fascinating world of super tasters in our next scene. Voiceover. Now that we've unveiled the science behind super tasters, it's time to explore the significant impact this attribute can have on an individual's life. Let's begin with the sensory changes. If you're a super taster, you'll have an augmented perception of flavors. That fresh bunch of kale may taste extremely bitter, and a spicy curry could be extraordinarily hot. This can influence dietary choices, leading super tasters to be more selective with their food intake. This could consequently result in a healthier lifestyle, as they may steer clear of foods that are excessively sweet or high, and there's a flip side to every coin, and being a super taster is no exception. Recent studies suggest that super tasters may be at a higher risk of certain health complications. For instance, they could potentially become deficient in essential nutrients if they circumvent particular food groups due to their intense flavors. Moving beyond the palate, being a super taster can dramatically affect social and cultural experiences. Food, in essence, isn't a means of nourishment. It's a symbol of societal unity, a representation of cultural identity, and a source of enjoyment. As a super taster, you might find it challenging to relish a wider spectrum of cuisines, potentially missing out on shared culinary experiences. So being a super taster permeates beyond mere taste. It's an intricate blend of biology and culture, nature and nurture, shaping our perceptions and preferences. It can potentially influence how we perceive and interact with the world around us on a larger scale. So if you're lucky enough to be a super taster, rejoice in your unique ability. It's a distinct trait that adds to the vast diversity of human experiences. Stay tuned for some intriguing insights into the captivating world of super tasters in our subsequent scene. Voiceover. Now let's explore how being a super taster can vary across different cultures and races. It's important to remember that super tasting isn't confined within the borders of a single country or ethnicity. It's a global phenomenon, with a fascinating distribution across various racial and ethnic groups. Studies have shown that the prevalence of super tasters varies greatly among different populations. For instance, a higher percentage of Asians and Africans tend to be super tasters compared to Caucasians. This predisposition can have a profound effect on the cultural food preferences and dietary habits of these communities. Cultural food preferences can significantly influence the experience of being a super taster. In many Asian cuisines, for example, bitter and spicy flavors are frequently used. So if you're a super taster from these regions, your heightened sensitivity to these flavors might make you more appreciative of these cuisines, or conversely, you might find them too overpowering. To bring this to life, let's listen to some personal stories from super tasters of different races. From the super taster in China, who relishes the zing of Sichuan peppers, to the super taster in Nigeria, who savors the bitter leaf soup, it's clear that being a super taster is a unique journey for everyone. As we traverse through this rich tapestry of super tasters across different cultures, it becomes evident that the experience of being a super taster is as diverse as humanity itself. It's a reflection of our collective genetic heritage and culinary traditions, a testament to the intricate interplay between our biology and culture. So buckle up, as we continue to delve deeper into the captivating world of super tasters in our final scene.